How successful entrepreneurs get their teams to do great work. I wanted to talk to you about this because it's been playing on my mind. It's like, man, how am I getting my teams to do their work without coming to me all the time? And what I realized is that I've basically trained them to work on process. Like, this is the key thing when a process of do this, do this, do this, do this. And the interesting thing that is happening is that they're picking it up in terms of being able to now think like a systems entrepreneur. They're like, oh, I get that this process should be in that place. Let's move this. Is that what we want to do? And I'm like, yeah, let's move that. That makes sense. Just had that experience just then. I put a poster that needs to be redone for upcoming event, and I put it in sales. I'm like, dude, this should be in advertising, not in sales. I'm like, yeah, fine. I agree. Let's move it to advertising and we'll fix the system for next time. And you know what they said? They said, Doc, we already got it handled. It's already in advertising. I'm like, sweet. You guys rock. Now, the solution to this problem, let's get clear on what the problem is. The problem typically is you tell your team what to do. You're like, hey, do this or do that. I want this, do this by this. It's either verbal or it is unclear, and you're leaving your team to problem solve. And they go, okay, great, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. And they go ahead and they do their best. Your team is doing their best, but often they don't think about contingencies. They don't think about dependencies. They don't think about what has to come first. They don't track their work. They don't think out who else is involved in this. They don't think about sequencing and what can be done in parallel and what has to be waited for other things. But when you use processes, now a lot of this stuff comes out in the open and you can see it. It's like, oh, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3. And sure, you can then break that down into fine detail and make a nice video, or you can put in really detailed steps. I want you to click here, then click this, then open this, then upload this, then use this template and create this, all of that fine detail. But the overall structure is that they are operating on processes and they are completing their work tracked in systems. Now, the problem that you're going to run into is that most of the businesses that I've seen, they have either they don't even know to use processes, or if they do, it's a disorganized mess. It's like, okay, yeah, you got the processes, but there's no organization. And so people give up. Either they're just like, I don't know where that instructions is, or yeah, we got 3 copies of that process and they're all a bit different. Not really sure. It's easier for me just to do it. The worst case of this is the work that goes into creating a SOP manual that then sits on a shelf never to be used. This is the same if you have SOP software and your team don't use it. Like, what's the point? You may as well just have kept on having no processes. But the difference for you in your capacity to have your team get work done and your capacity to have your team come to you, ask you for solutions, pay them to wait in line, cause struggle, that's your choice. So make your choice well. If you want to run your business effectively, then choose process. Start documenting the steps. Start getting an organizational way of having these being able to be used by your team. It is no good having them sit on the shelf. It is no good having them sit in the software if your team doesn't use them. That is your problem. If you want to know how to solve it, I know how to solve it. Come to systemio.dev. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you had an awesome day today. And if you are struggling with this, then work it out. Go and sort out how systems and processes fit together with templates across your business so that your team can use processes to get their work done. If you want some help with it, head over to systemio.dev. Thanks for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode as we continue this journey into the power of systems to create results. See you then.